Hello, everyone. My name is Holly, and I will be the language trainer for this hour, or at least one of them. The topic we are doing today is called Suffering in Silence, and it's actually about complaining, about really how to complain or in a really good way, a positive way. So let me show you the material that we will be going over. We'll start out by talking about trains. How do you feel about trains? And then we will do a reading about someone's experience on the train that day. Then we will do some language work based on the reading. And then we will talk about your feelings about different places that you've been. And then we will continue with some language work, and then we will do a discussion about what things annoy you and if you complain, different things like that. So that is the topic today. So anyway, I look forward to working with whoever comes to class. So hello, Sergio. How are you today? Hello, Sergio. Oh, I cannot hear you.
Hello.
Hi. Okay. Hello. Hello. How are you doing?
Hi, Holly. I'm doing great. How are you?
Very, very good. Now, remind me, you are from Brazil, correct?
Yeah, I'm from Brazil.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. Yeah. Now, did you find this picture on the internet, or is it something that you took in Brazil?
Let me. I think this I took up on the internet. Yeah.
Okay, took it from the internet. Okay. Yeah. All
You too.
right. So did you have a good Christmas?
Yes, I did. I spent yesterday, by the way, with the day before yesterday, with my family in France, actually.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Awesome. I was also with my family, and then it was really weird. You know how in the States there's the song about a white Christmas. Um, about 6 p.m. on Christmas Eve, um, at 6 p.m. on Christmas Eve, it started to snow, and it was
Uh,
really wet. So, but anyway, yeah. So it was really cool. We had a white Christmas. So, Igor, I don't know anyone in Verbling support. So I'm going to write this message to him. In fact, I need to contact Verbling support myself. So anyway, so yeah. So we had a white Christmas, and it was really kind of neat. But I canceled a meeting with a friend yesterday because of the roads. I didn't want to drive
oh.
on icy roads. So yeah. All right. So in Brazil, do you guys have Boxing Day?
Yes, and uh, now I'm in Recife. That's where I come from. I'm living in Rio, but I'm now in Recife. It's northeast Brazil, east, and here it's really too hot. So we are in different worlds. I
So
mean,
it's Chuhad.
too hot. Yeah,
What is that?
the temperature is really hot.
Oh, it's very hot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, how about in some countries, the day after Thanksgiving is the 26th of December is still a holiday. Do you have that day
Yes, I
in
had.
Brazil?
Yeah, actually, 2026. No, no, no. It's just for me. For some, yes, we have, but for others,
Mhm.
no. Have to work.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. In the States, we do not celebrate it. In English, it's called Boxing Day.
Boxing Day. When
So,
you
yeah.
break a break, 2 days, or
I
just
have no
for.
idea. It has to, according to Wikipedia, it has to do with in the British Commonwealth, that is the day the bosses give a box of goodies to their employees or something like that. So I'm not sure. Hello, Quentin. How are you today?
Hello teacher, hello guys. I'm good. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, very good. And remind me, you are from France, right?
Yes, you're right.
Oh, I remembered. Yay, yay. And how was your Christmas?
Good, good. Thank you. I
Uh-huh.
had many presents, a good dinner, a good Christmas
Mhm.
day, and a good Christmas Eve.
Good, good. Now, do you guys celebrate Boxing Day in France?
No,
The
no, no.
26th? No, okay. Yeah, all right. And then we have the snow-covered person. Aldona, you changed your picture again. Welcome.
Hello. Hello,
Hi.
hello, class. Holly. Hello, class.
Hello,
Hello,
Donna.
Aldona, do you have Christmas in Poland? I think you do, right?
Yes, of course.
Yes, okay. How was your Christmas?
It was awesome. But it's almost finished,
What?
huh?
Uh-huh.
Almost.
Oh, excuse me?
But it's almost finished.
It's almost finished, yeah. It's completely finished for here in the US because we don't celebrate on the 26th. So it's just the 24th and 25th. So, yeah.
Hmm.
But
That's very sad. We
yeah,
didn't
I
have
think
it
so
at
too.
26.
I think so too. It would be nice to be able to have one more day to rest
Mm-hmm.
and so forth. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and get started, and I'm sure other people will join us if they can. Um, so the topic is suffering in silence, and basically we'll start out talking about trains, but the main idea of this topic is on complaining and sharing your grievances. So that is what we'll end up talking about. All right, so Sergio, tell us, what do you think of the trains in Brazil?
Well, I'm not used to take a train here, but
Hmm.
uh, you can consider subway as the same, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I use take a subway in Rio, and I consider in compare some others subway I have taken in my visiting time or vacation time. I consider
Hmm.
really good.
Oh, okay. It's a good system in Rio.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And how about Quentin? How are the trains in your country?
Bad, very bad. The company is a national company,
Uh-huh.
but it's going to change because of the Europe, EU.
Hmm.
And yes, it's called SNCF, and there is many uh, train are late
Oh, okay.
very often they're
Uh-huh.
late, and there is worker strike, uh, maybe 10 week per year. Yes,
Okay, yeah, because I've heard a lot about strikes in France and Italy. So that is true that there are many
yes, it's
strikes.
a huge issue. Yes, a big problem in
Hmm.
France because many person use train for working or for
Hmm.
holiday. One example, for example, every year, the SNCF, so the train company, during the students have to pass an exam, a degree, in July, and every year at this moment, the train company, make a worker strike, and so many students arrive late for their exam. Well, it's a huge problem.
Wow. Okay. That's really too bad in a lot of ways. So, and is this just for the national railway, or is this for all, like, the local subways and things like that? Is it for everything?
No, not for Subway. For Subway, it's another company, but
Okay.
it's happened also. It's
Do
the
they
same.
and do they also have a lot of strikes as well?
Yes,
Okay.
a lot.
How
In Paris, for example, yes, it's happened.
okay, how about the bus system?
So what?
The bus system.
The bus system depend of the city. Sometimes there is a link between subway and bus. So bus driver are going to strike, yes, and sometimes it's not. Yes, it's odd, yes.
Okay.
For someone who's not is not French, it's hard to understand how it works.
Yeah, I think so. I've been to France once, but it was just on holiday, so it just really doesn't. You don't really learn about any of that kind of stuff. Yeah. When I was in Finland, I was there for 11 years, and they had a threat of a bus strike one time. That was it. The trains, I don't think they ever striked, and so there they. I mean, I remember other industries would strike, but not the transportation industry. So, all right. So I guess I was lucky in the country I was at. So, Aldona, how about in Poland? What do you think of the trains in your country?
Well, here in my country, there are also lots of critics about trains, but I don't know where they come from. Because when I want to use a train, I just buy a ticket and I use it, and I see no problems in it.
Okay, so you have no problems with the train travel. Is it
Yeah.
easy to get around Poland without a car?
Yes, it's not a problem. You may take a train, if there are delays in trains or any problems, so you may take a bus and or plane even, not.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
But the car
And
is the best, I think.
the car is the easiest, okay. In my country, the U.S. is so big that it depends on where you are from. If you're on the East Coast, you have very good, reliable train transportation, and you can usually get from one big city to the other. However, if you are in the Midwest or basically west of Chicago, train travel is pretty much non-existent. It's very difficult to get a train, and it takes a long time. So, for example, where I live, a few years ago, my mom decided she wanted to take a train across country, and she wanted to go she had a conference in St. Louis, Missouri, that she and her husband needed to go to, so they decided to take the train. So in order to take the train, we had to drive them 6 to 7 hours one way to the train station. That's how far it is from us. We used to have a passenger train that came into Boise, and it stopped in 1988, so it's been a long time. I think the reason is because everybody has cars and people fly, so that is why. But in Finland, the trains were actually quite good. The trains and the buses together were very good, and the whole 11 years that I was there, I did not need a car and did not require one, and I was able to get everywhere I needed to go to. So,
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you know what is the situation in Oregon and Washington?
Oregon and Washington, as far as the trains? Well, I'm right next to Oregon and Washington. There is passenger train between Portland and Seattle, and between Seattle and Spokane. So yeah, my mom has actually taken that trip. If you want to go, and also if you want to go between Portland and California, I believe you can do that as well. So where I live, that's one of the places I could drive to is Portland, Oregon. But if you go to the eastern part of Oregon, there is no the passenger trains. So on the actual coastal area, there is passenger trains. So will you be traveling to Washington and Oregon?
Yes, next year.
Awesome.
Yeah, from Vancouver to Los Angeles.
Okay, yeah. If you want to take a train, you would be able to do that from Vancouver to Los Angeles. And actually, it's quite nice. I took a train in the States between Chicago and Southern Illinois, and I was really surprised with how roomy it was. It felt like first class. So, but people just don't take trains as much. But yeah, so Oregon and Washington on the western side of both of those states, there is train travel.
Okay, thank you for your answer.
Oh, you're welcome. It's a good thing that I knew that. So, all right, let's go ahead and do this reading. Let's read and fill in the spaces. So we have Kelly and Bob, who are co-workers. And my computer is deciding it's not wanting to work. Bear with me a moment. I think it's still on vacation. This is my first class. No, I guess it isn't my first class. I was thinking it was my first class since Christmas, but it isn't. Okay. So Kelly and Bob are co-workers. They are talking over lunch. Aldona, can you read Kelly? And Sergio, can you read Bob?
Yes.
Are you okay, Bob?
Not really. The train journey this morning was terrible.
Why? What happened?
Well, the train stopped for about 20 minutes and nobody made an announcement.
Ah, yes. I hate when that happens.
And the person next to me was playing really loud music. I couldn't read it through his headphones.
Yes, it drives me crazy when people play such loud music. Did you say anything?
No, I just suffered in silence. I'm such a coward.
That's a pity.
Yeah, I like that. I like your response to that, Aldona. Okay, question for you guys. What do you do if you had a train trip like this? So, Quentin, what would you do? Would you suffer in silence or would you say something?
Depend. It could depend if I'm very close to the guy. Yes, I'm going to ask him for decrease the sound.
So if you're right next to the person, you would ask him?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. What if you like the music? Would that be okay?
I will dance. No, it happened once. The guy was listening the music without headphone. So I sit next to him and I put my own music without headphone, just for
Oh, you would. So you would be difficult with him.
Yeah, for showing how it's how it is to suffer like this.
Yeah. So
Uh,
so you would show how annoying it is.
yes, it is. Yes, I did it. Yes.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. Yeah. And Sergio, what would you do in this situation?
Actually, two situations. The first one, nobody made any announcement about time, how long will be stopped on this.
Mm-hmm.
Probably I will looking for information or ask somebody like, oh, what happened this, and probably I will possible to do anything because it's like thinking like when I'm in the airport and just the company said, oh, 1 hour or 2 hours late.
Mm-hmm.
What can I do? I have something, but
Yeah.
I have to wait for. And the second thing, I don't know. Actually, if like is bothering me somehow, I can touch. Okay. Oh, please. Can you turn down your volume, please? You know,
Mm-hmm.
like like wait always, of course.
Yeah. Now, can you guys move seats in your countries?
Here, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I think that's what I would do. I would just change seats. So, but in the States, you can't move seats, I don't think. So, Aldona, what would you do?
Well, I usually travel with headphones,
Uh-huh. Okay, so
so I
you're
don't
that
hear.
annoying person.
No, but I listen quite not that loud
Mm-hmm.
as you could suppose to me to listen.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but when I listen to people with the loud music, I always think to myself that what a poor boy. Now he's listened to his headphones, music from headphones, and with the ears on, he will have to use hearing aid.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
poor boy.
Yeah. So, so they had I mean, will that actually hurt? Does that actually hurt their eardrums? So where they will have to use hearing aids
I
in the
think yes.
future?
If somebody is listening constantly loud music, so I
Mm-hmm.
think with the ears on,
Yeah.
they will have to use hearing aid, not?
Mm-hmm. So you basically you don't suffer in silence, but you just basically feel sorry for the person in silence.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I personally cannot. I don't like headphones, especially with it's if it's in the ear, because I feel like I can't hear anything else, so I don't actually use them. But with my job I do with this type of teaching. But anyway, how often does it happen on your guys' trains that nobody makes an announcement? Does that happen quite often, Quentin?
Sorry, again, please.
How often, when you're on a train and they stop for a long period of time, how often do they not make an announcement?
Very often.
Is it okay? Have you ever been on a train when they start the strike? I wonder
Uh,
what would happen.
no, when there is a strike, the train never starts.
Never starts at all. Okay.
No. But
Yeah.
sometimes when there is, I don't know, an issue about a power issue,
Uh-huh.
yeah, the train can be stopped for a very long time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. I remember taking a train up to northern Finland, my first Christmas in Finland, and they kept stopping the train, and they would announce in Finnish, and of course, me being an American who was just new to Finland, I had no idea what was going on, and apparently they were having to clear the snow from the tracks. And then one lady said that they had hit a reindeer. So, of course, my joke was, okay, well, so if they hit a reindeer, does that mean Rudolph is now gone and Christmas is over? But anyway, all right, let's go on. Let's look at some of the language. Bear with me a moment. So on this, we can rearrange the sentences below. We can say, it drives me crazy when people play loud music on trains. It drives me crazy when that happens. It drives me crazy when people are late. It drives me crazy when people buy me presents. Really?
That's not possible.
Well, I don't think that works for me. So, but so for some people, I think that it does drive them crazy when people buy them credits. But basically, it drives me crazy. I hate it. It annoys me, and I love it. You can always, what you do is you add the word when. You say that one of these phrases, add the word when, and then explain something like this. So I hate it when that happens. I hate it when people are late. I hate it when, I hate it when I get kicked out of the Google Hangout, or, and that it happens to all of us, right? Or it annoys me when, whatever. Or I love it when people buy me presents. I love it when people are late. It could be. So anyway, so let's go ahead and practice these phrases. So we've got four sentences here, and we need to rearrange these words. Me promises keep people when it don't annoys. Okay. So would Aldona, can you rearrange the sentence?
Okay. It annoys me when people don't keep promises. Don't keep promises.
Okay. Correct. All right. Sergio, could you do number 2?
Okay. The crazy train on saw me when it was on people drives.
It's kind of fun to read those. It's like, really?
Yeah. Okay. It drives me crazy.
Crazy.
It's crazy when people use cell phone on the train.
On the train.
Not really, but okay.
Okay.
Depends.
All right. Okay, number 3, Quentin.
Okay, so I love to speak English when I have the chance.
So how about I love it when? Yeah, I love it.
I love to speak English when I have the chance to. No, I love English. It's a mess.
So I love it when.
I love it when I have a chance to speak English.
Yeah, I love it when I have the chance to speak English. Okay. Okay. And Aldona, can you do the next one, number 4?
Yes, I hate it when people are rude.
Okay. All right. So, Sergio, does it annoy you when people don't keep promises?
Sometimes, yes. I think you don't need to make a promise, but if you did, you have to pay, have to keep your.
Yeah, so you shouldn't keep promise. You don't make promises if you can't keep it. Okay. Yeah. Can you think of the last time somebody did not keep a promise that they made that annoyed you?
Mm, mm, yes. Like I think it's not really a promise, but it's something like okay, I will go. You know, like I was counting on this person, and
Mhm.
then this person
Mhm.
disappeared.
Yeah, so somebody said they will come somewhere and then they don't show up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right, Quentin. How about you? Can you think of the last time somebody didn't keep a promise and it annoyed you?
Um, when it was. Frankly, I don't remember.
Okay, don't remember when. Okay, perfect. That's totally fine. All right, and how about you, Aldona? Can you think of a time when if somebody has not kept a promise and it annoyed you?
Yes. A month ago, I bought my computer a vacuum cleaner,
Uh-huh.
and, and it didn't work properly, so I made a complaint about it.
Mhm.
And the seller told me to send it back, and he will change it for another one.
Mhm.
And if you change it, he will send me back very quickly.
Mhm.
And I had to wait lots of weeks to get it back.
Okay. Have you got it back yet then?
Yes, but
Okay.
it was quite annoying,
It was quite annoying.
annoying because
Mhm.
he promised me to send me back my vacuum cleaner quickly, and I
Mhm.
had to wait lots of time.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. And I'm this same way. I have a question for you guys. Are you guys on Facebook?
I don't like it, but sometimes I visit it.
Sergio, do you use Facebook?
Yes, I do. Especially
Okay.
for learning something. I follow up some bloggers and share some because I live far away from my family. And you can always
Okay.
share.
Yeah. Yeah. How about you, Quentin? Are you on Facebook?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So, question for you guys. Have you ever been invited to like a party over Facebook? They set up an event page and you press the link and then you say that you will either join or you might or you decline.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
I I feel really bad when I decline an invitation. I feel very, very bad, and so sometimes I will put maybe when I know I'm not going to do it. So does that mean I'm not keeping my promises?
Hmm.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, the same for me. Sometimes I prefer to not answer than say no.
Yeah, either you ignore it completely or you put maybe.
Yes.
Because you don't want to decline because you don't want to be the bad person who isn't going to go to this party or this event or whatever. Okay, good to know I'm not the only one. Hi, Adela, how are you today?
Hmm.
Okay, anyway, let's go on. It drives me crazy when people use cell phones on the train. Okay, so Sergio, does it drive you crazy when people use cell phones on the train? Do you say anything?
no, actually not. I don't know. Here, I mean, in Rio, usually. not everybody, but many people use headphones, but like just for them, no, not for somewhere else. No
Mm-hmm.
overcasting the sound that they are listening to. But uh, yes, I think it depends the neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think from the north, probably uh, usually for not really, but for younger people, they maybe want to share what they are listening to with someone else, or for
Mm-hmm.
or with everybody.
Okay, so with younger people, especially because they just kind of tell they kind of everybody can hear them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Quentin, how about you? Does it drive you crazy when people use cell phones on the train?
Yeah, sometime because the checker, the man checker, I don't know the name. You know, the guy who check the ticket.
Mm-hmm.
On the start of the train, repeat every time, please, if you have to take a call, put yourself on the middle of the train. There is a specific place for people who have to make a call. So
Mm-hmm.
no, it's not train conductor. It's train checker. Check. I don't know. And yes, so there is a specific space for person who have to take a call. So yes, it drives
Mm-hmm.
me crazy when they keep staying at their seat and they take the call.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they still stay in their seat and take the call anyway,
Yes, yes,
even though there is a place on on the trains in France for people to go and use use the phones in silence.
yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. What is it? So if it's not the conductor is the one that drives the train, right?
No, I mean, you know, the guy who checks the ticket.
Yeah.
Ticket
I'm
inspector?
thinking. I would thought it was the train conductor.
No, it's not because if you check, I don't know who is driving the train.
I found
Okay.
ticket inspector, so.
Ticket inspector. That's it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for. I was just gonna check because I always forget this one, and it's been like 5 years since I was on a train. So the German train was the last one I was on. Ticket inspector. Okay. Um, how about Aldona? Does it drive you crazy when people use on the phones on the train?
Well, I always try to be tolerant
Mm-hmm.
and politically correct.
Uh-huh.
So, no, it doesn't drive me crazy. And
Mm-hmm.
but I think people who use cell phones should be a little bit ashamed as everybody listen to what they are talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and and they're like out of privacy, you know.
Yeah. I I did that once. I had one of my friends who I rarely talked to called me right when I was leaving for work, and it was when I was in Finland, and I had an hour commute, and so I was talking to her at the bus stop, and then when I got on the bus, I continued talking to her, and I stopped when I got to the company where I was teaching, which was an hour later, and it didn't even. I was so excited to speak to her. It didn't even dawn on me that probably everybody was using the in Finland. The buses are very quiet. People, especially in the morning, people just do not talk. And so it dawned on me later that probably a lot of people were using my conversation as a listening comprehension exercise. So but I felt really bad when I realized that I had done that, and I wondered how many people were just really kind of frustrated that I was speaking. And it was a friend I had not spoken to in several years, so we were catching up on everything and so forth. So, how I'll Adela, how about you? Does it drive you crazy when people use cell phones on the train?
Yes, I don't like people talk about your private things
Uh-huh.
in a public place as a train or tram or metro
Mm-hmm.
because I think it's impolite.
Yeah.
Maybe our work's problem is necessary
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah.
have a call, but in general they talk about private things.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
not so good.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah, and instead of unpolite, it's impolite. So, okay.
Impolite.
Impolite. All right. Sergio, do you love it when you have the chance to speak English? And when do you tell us about some of the opportunities that you have to speak English?
When? Okay.
So first of all, do you love it? And
Oh,
second, when do you get the chance?
yes, I love speak a different language.
Uh-huh.
Um, English, of course, is I think one of them. And when I have to speak, when I have opportunity to speak with friends on job, not job
Mm-hmm.
in but actually on job. Yes, friends. When I have, when I traveling,
Mm-hmm. So,
uh,
so
make
it's-
friends.
yeah, so you have friends that are English speakers then?
Yeah, I have.
Uh-huh. Okay. So when you talk to them when you're at work, sometimes you need to speak English, and then when you're traveling.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Quentin, how about you? Do you love it when you have the chance to speak English? And if so, when are your opportunities to speak English? Or when and where?
Yeah, I really love to speak English with other people. The big problem is I am a little bit shy to speak with native speaker. For
Mm-hmm.
example, I play sometime a video game
Mm-hmm.
called War Thunder. It's about planes,
Mm-hmm.
piloting planes, and yeah, sometimes I play with chat, audio chat,
Mm-hmm.
with this player, native speaker, and they are able to put the finger on the bad accent, or for example, when I arrive in the chat and I say, "Hey guys," yeah, and say guys, and not the guys. Ah, ha, ha. They start mocking me.
They start marking you because of your accent?
Yes.
Yeah. But they would only do that they would only do that for two reasons. One, they like you, and two, they realize you can that you understand that it's all fun and games. But if you had a really strong accent that was difficult to understand, they would not mock you. So remember that.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you, Aldona? Do you love it when you have the chance to speak English, and when do you have what type of opportunities are you able to have?
Uh, well, I wouldn't call it love. I love to speak English.
Okay.
Okay. It's nice when I can speak English, and it annoys me when I confuse English with Spanish, because I attend here classes of Spanish and English, and
Uh-huh.
sometimes it's a terrible mixture in my mind.
Uh-huh. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. So and do the Spanish classes use English at all in their lessons?
Sometimes, yes.
Okay, that makes it even harder. So, all right. So do you have the opportunities outside of Verbling to speak English at all?
Yes, I've got some friends we talk by Skype
Uh-huh.
because they are from uh, Ireland,
Mm-hmm.
and it's nice when I can speak English, and I feel disastrous when I commit mistakes,
Mm-hmm.
and but that's the life, not
Yeah,
you have to
but
accept it.
yeah, exactly. It's always Irish don't speak English? Okay, talk to us, Quentin. Is that just a joke?
No, I spent some time in Ireland, and they have a very strong accent.
Yeah, they do. I think Sweden has the not Sweden. Scottish have the stronger accent personally, but
Yes.
yeah.
I don't know what they do, but I feel like they don't move the jaw.
Okay. Yeah, possibly. So, all right, let's go. Aldona.
Mhm.
No, I'm sorry, not Aldona.
Adela.
Adela. I confuse your guys' names, and I have no idea why I do that. Adela.
Yes, yes.
Do you love it when you have the chance to speak English? And if when do you have the opportunities to speak?
I love when I can speak. I have the opportunity sometimes in my college because they are native Ireland people,
Mhm.
sorry.
Mhm.
And sometimes I like to speak a little time with her.
Mhm.
But I have the problem with Aldona, not with Spanish, but with the French. Sometimes I mix the.
Okay, so you have a problem like Aldona. So you mix French and Spanish.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't think I've learned enough languages to have that problem. I've pretty much I've studied several, but Finnish is the only one I've actually learned. But I found see I found that when I first came back to the States, that when I saw older people or younger people, people who were like maybe younger than 7 or 8, or people who were older, more than 60 or 65, I would automatically want to speak Finnish to them because in Finland, it's the older people and the younger people that can't speak English, and those are the people I would speak Finnish to. And so that's one of the things I found. It was really weird. I think it happened for about 2 years that I would automatically want to start speaking Finnish to somebody and then realize they don't understand Finnish. So they understand English because they're English native speakers. But it was really weird. But all right. Let's go to the next one. I hate it when people are rude. I think everybody does. Sergio, tell us about maybe a time when someone was very, very rude to you. And what
Actually,
did that person do?
mm, let me think.
Can you think of a time?
Yeah, I need to think.
Okay. So does any while he's thinking, can anybody else think of a time?
And I think I usually not mm, let's see in subway. Maybe not with me, but I saw, yeah, I saw a situation like it was the magic day. I mean, there was a game and in the
Uh-huh.
Maracanã Stadium, and I don't know if you have some idea about this day. I think all of you know about or have some imagination about this day. Is like a really busy day. Everybody on the street, everybody, most of them drunk, and
Mm-hmm.
on the metro, on the subway, like there's some seat that is preferred for older or pregnant or you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah.
for this day, doesn't matter if I remember that I was an older person, like a hand up, and like a young younger boys are sitting in this seat, and I think it's somebody like asked for they uh, gave the seat for this man, but they not they gave him the attention. You know, it's like
Hmm.
wearing the sunglass, and like, oh, nobody's are talking to me. And this like I think for sure this is really rude
Hmm.
behavior. And yeah, but I know this is like a even like probably for the police or somebody that authority could be
Hmm.
doing anything something because anybody else could be just ignored by them.
Hmm. So some young people were sitting on the area on the subway where it's reserved for older people and pregnant people, and an older person got on the train, and somebody told them to move, and they ignored him.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. So, and at least in Asia, you fall asleep so nobody can, and then nobody wakes you up. So, but Quentin, can you think of a time when someone was really rude?
Uh, yes, yesterday, Christmas Day, uh, I was resting after the lunch, and my parents asked me to do the dishes. It was
Hmm.
very rude, you know.
Yeah. Wow. So that was rude for them to ask you to do the dishes.
Yes, very rude.
I grew up in a family where my grandfather would his rule was the women cook, the men clean up. And unless so I would have uncles that would go in and would help with the cooking so they wouldn't have to clean up.
Funny fact.
But for some reason, my brothers have not chosen to keep that tradition alive, and I'm like, ah, I don't even think my dad kept that tradition alive. So, Aldona, can you think of when sometime when somebody was rude to you or somebody else, and you were like not happy?
Well, I must say in general that I hate when people, for example, spit on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
It's disastrous.
Mm-hmm.
uh, Also, I don't like when people use ugly words.
Mm.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah, when they cuss words is what we'd say in English.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay, so that's when you get really annoyed. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Adela, can you tell us about sometime when somebody was rude and you don't like it?
For example, in the traffic, on the traffic jam, on the traffic in general, when I drive, people sometimes is very rude
Mm-hmm.
because they are angry. They have they drive very fast because they arrive. They not arrive in time. Sometimes people have gestual manners a little rude about.
Yeah, on the road. Is there
Yeah,
are people more rude at certain times? Like, are they rude during rush hour more than any other times, or is it just any time?
yes. In general, in Spain, people in traffic is very. They are a little violent,
Mm-hmm.
and same to the soccer. For example, in Spanish, people on the match on the teams. They are ultras. They are people very, very angry, very extreme
Mm-hmm.
feelings. uh, is a problem.
On
It's
game days.
very
Okay.
very rude with the other team, with the arbitros, with the I don't know the people control the match.
Uh-huh.
I don't
Okay.
or the
Yeah.
trainer.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. Yesterday for me, I had my sister and I went to a gas station store to get some food that we had forgotten, and I was getting into the car, and a car came up and it revved its engine and went "Arr!" and it did it on purpose, and I jumped. And then they started laughing. And so they were actually being very, very rude. And so my sister kind of was rude back, and I guess so was I. And I think they were kind of embarrassed having two middle-aged women. These were younger kids. Two middle-aged women respond the way we did. So we were rude too, but it was it could have gotten an ugly situation if they would have been gotten mad, but we drove off. So. All right, let's go through these discussion questions. So let's go with Quentin. Do you get annoyed easily? What things annoy you?
It's a tricky question.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess I get annoying very easily. What annoy me? Many things. A traffic jam. Someone who talk too much. Someone who many things annoys me.
So
It's
so
hard
people
to
talk.
make a list.
So people are talking too much. Traffic jam. So all kinds of things, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Aldona, do you complain if people near you are behaving badly, or do you suffer in silence?
No, I usually turn it into a joke, into a humor. I never complain about it. And
Okay. Okay. All right. And Sergio, what examples of good or bad manners have you seen recently?
The good, the good behavior was people offering your seat for other people
Mm-hmm.
in on the bus, and the bad, uh, a guy was picking his nose
Ooh.
and in the bathroom, the toilet seat peeing. That's
Okay.
it.
Ooh. Okay. Well, thank you very much for your participation. I have another class right now, so you're welcome to join as well. But I hope you guys learned some new words and phrases. Remember, I hate it when something. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye.
Like a
Thanks.
teacher.
Yeah.
Thanks.
bye.